seems to be the presumptive Republican nominee. I don't think any of us can deny that. We've spoken a lot on this show about the list of successes that President Biden and Vice President Harris have had so far during this administration. But that information, that messaging, it doesn't seem to be resonating with the country. What would you list as the administration's accomplishments, or at the very least, why hasn't this administration been able to find that bridge with more voters and the GOP?
Oh, God. Well, I think that the biggest accomplishment that, of course, I spend the most time working through is the infrastructure legislation, which, by the way, is bipartisan. The president, even in this very, very divided Washington, the president led a process where Republicans, some of them, worked with Democrats to get a historic infrastructure package done. What does that mean? I mean, on Monday, I was in Nebraska. We're funding improvements to a rail line there called the Cornhusker. Fixing it up is going to make sure that it is safer, less likely to have derailments and accidents, and it's going to help farm products get to where they need to go. The next day I was in Denver at the airport there, where we're investing in safety equipment, new lights, and a new design for the taxiway that's going to mean it's less likely for there to be a close call between aircraft. These are the kinds of things that you don't have to be a Republican or Democrat to believe in. They're just good policy, and the proportions of this work, I mean, they're benefiting every single community, small towns, big cities, but that story doesn't tell itself. And look, good news doesn't get the headlines as much as controversy does. That's why I hit the road a lot, to try to remind people about this good work that's being done. And we're not sitting back. We're going to keep pushing hard to deliver more results. And look, I also get that Americans are dealing with a lot right now. There's still a lot of headwinds, but we're pushing through it and we're getting good results.
You see, talked about the Secretary of Transport was being called and interviewed in the views. He came out with some very vital session, like some the benefit and some disadvantage of not having the government shutdown. He talks about the people that traveled because they are not going to pay. Like, people work in the airport will not be paid. The airport is going to shut down. People are not going to travel. There's a lot of things that they talk about. The disadvantage about sometimes people miss their flight and they have to reimburse, like that, to pay you back. So all those will not be they will no more do that again. And to shut it for 72 hours, that's a long time. It's going to actually affect people. Sometimes they will be working without getting paid, but in the long run, it's going to really affect them. So he brings out some benefit. He brings out some benefit for us to see it. So what do you really think? What's your own point of view? Do you support for the shutdown to take place as they want it? Then it's going to affect other people are not going to get paid. Or do you support that there should not be any lockdown? So can we know your own opinion on the comment section?